Yeah, sweet. So what are we doing today anyway?
Man, I just want to hear about your story. I want to find out where you came from and some of the struggles that you went through. Um, I heard a little bit from Akbar and on your Facebook page. I read that post you did about coming out with the content, and,
Yeah,
and I thought, this guy seems really genuine. He seems like a really nice guy. So it's very aligned with me, and I want to tell that story because I really want to promote entrepreneurship in Australia, and I think it's important for people to hear that we're just ordinary people, um,
yeah,
just stuck at it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
cool.
let me just change this up.
Got a lot of work in the background there.
What's that?
Got a lot of work in the background.
Always, always. There's some way that I can make this switch between us, but I've forgotten how to do it now. Never mind.
What do you mean? My just on you. I've got both up.
Yeah, I got both up now.
Do you have like two screens?
No, I just got the
Okay.
laptop, but there is a way to switch between it. I think it's in the settings. Let me just have a look.
So what do you do day to day? Like what's your main business?
So my main thing is building sales funnels and automation. So setting up Zapier integrations, ClickFunnels, that sort of thing. I also do Facebook stuff, but probably nothing as advanced as what you're doing.
I don't know about
So just give me 2 secs, Matt. I'm just gonna.
that.
There we go. Technology's fun, hey?
Mm. I like Zoom though.
Yeah, Zoom's good.
I
Zoom's
love Zoom.
Yeah, so I'm basically focused on automation, but I also help people overcome a lot of bottlenecks psychologically. Um,
Okay.
I found that when we're working with a business, they'll say like, "Oh, I need more customers," but it's always something deeper. It's always
Mm.
something within, and that's I guess what I try and get to is it starts with the very practical, but I try and move into the deeper psychological things that are holding them back.
Yeah.
And as you probably know, it's always a big picture thing. It's never like I just need an ad and it'll fix everything. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
cool, man.
No, I get it, man. I get it.
So yeah,
All right. So tell me, what do you want to start from?
yeah, man. So I've started, I guess, just quickly where you grew up and a little bit about your past and how you started with entrepreneurship.
Yeah, so look, man, the easiest way to describe me is I am the biggest slut when it comes to entrepreneurship. The biggest. You will not find anyone bigger than me. Like, bro, for years and years, all anyone, like, I don't even tell people what I do because, it's too hard. I
Yeah,
just say, yeah, whatever the fuck it is. And my parents don't even know what I do.
yeah,
Like, my parents, like, she saw actually on a friend's Facebook, a friend showed her the Facebook post. She's like, what's all this about? Like, she has fucking no idea. You know what I mean? Like, I bought her a Range Rover like a couple of years ago,
yeah,
a new one as a gift. I drive like an i8, whatever. It's like $300,000 car, whatever.
yeah.
And then she even still says to me like the other week, she goes, "How are you with money? Like, you okay? Like, do you need some help and stuff like that?" Like, just absolutely no idea. It was an old school log. But so what I'm trying to make is that so like even now, I still don't know what I want to do.
Yep.
Right? I still have no direction. But all I knew was what like I wanted to do something. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to make something myself, and I wanted to have freedom. So from when I was about 17, I worked at a business coaching firm,
Yep.
and I was doing lead gen for them.
Yep.
Within 6 months, I was the manager there, and then they offered to. And then I was starting uni. I started uni. I was a year in school, whatever. So I was 17 when I finished school. But then I don't know if I'm going to try and do this on my own. Maybe I was doing lead gen, and I
Yep.
started my own company called Prospects, I called it, and I've been doing prospect lead gen for business coaches specifically. That was my niche, right?
Nice.
So I was doing it for probably a bit unethically. I took some clients that I was over there, right, and improved the service as you do. I had some clients internationally, but in the day it was a pretty shit business, but it got me through. I was probably picking. I was selling leads in packs of 10. So you got to buy 10 leads, pay up front, $300 a lead. I had a platinum level where if it's a lead with a questionnaire filled out, it was $500.
Yeah.
And look back at it, you know what I mean? Like, it all makes sense now, but like at the time, I didn't even knew what, you know what I mean? I just had a process and I was following it because that's what I learned it.
Yeah.
And because I used to deal with heaps of businesses, I got to know a lot of businesses and the numbers of the businesses and how many employees and turnover and profit. I thought, you know what, import wholesale sounds cool.
Yeah.
High margin, high turnover, low staff, decent margin depending on industry. Made all yeah, fuck, you know what, that's the business I want to do. So after I was still at uni, but I sold that business because I didn't enjoy doing it, like the direct marketing stuff. A lot of cold calling. We had about 4 or 5 people on the phone.
Yep.
One of the business coaches had an idea. He's out. He's sitting anyway. He invented like a ski pod.
Yeah.
And he pressed a button and up would erect like a massive signage system.
Yeah. Right.
So this is pretty cool. He had a patent on it, whatever else. And then he approached me like, you want to come and do it with me? You can have the Australian license, whatever. And I had savings at the time. I was like, do I buy investment property? Do I start a business?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like 30, 40 grand that I saved up to pre-buy like 10 of these things to give to agents Australia-wide to start the distribution of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, 3-4 months in, finally delivered me like 5 because I miscalculated the numbers. It's going to cost me triple to cost to make, but I thought we got to sell for this price now. The whole business model changed on me. I still tried it then. So, and then I lost that money. He couldn't even like afford to give me the money back and whatever else. In the meantime, then you go, fuck, I like watches. I want to do watches. Instead of starting a brand myself, why don't I try and get the license? Like I had a brand that I used to wear called Marks. Are you familiar with Marks?
No.
Yes. It's like a not really high, like mid-market brand, right?
Yeah.
I like it anyway. And they don't have any watches. Why the fuck these guys don't have watches? Good money, you know? Anyway, I approached them and said, man, why aren't you guys doing watches? We have a licensing department. Approached them, spoke to them, sold them the dream. Yeah, look, we always wanted to do watches. No one's really approached us. I'm like, I don't know why. Went to China, designed the range, made molds, packaging, spent another at least 5,000 US in molds.
Yep.
About to get signed off, and then I don't know, bad luck is how life is. They restructured the whole business. They removed licensing away from the business. They're going to do things themselves. So I lost that. And then someone approached me saying, I want to import. It gets worse, trust me. And then like a bit long. I'm sorry. I'm going to try and speed it up.
Go for it, man. Take your time.
And then my cousin approached me and goes, man, there's this product called Activia. It wirelessly connects your PC. Wirelessly connects up to 8 PCs to your TV. Back like 8 years ago, it got Mac Product of the Year and stuff. But it's not in Australia. All right, man, let's go approach the guys to try and get the rights. We get the rights. The guy flies in from I don't know somewhere, I think Taiwan at the time when they invented the technology. We go to, and at the time he was working with 2 other guys and he brought them in on the business as well. So it was 4 of us, and they had all the mass retailers, they had all the connections to mass retailers. So we thought it was good, and they were starting a sports company at the time, and they were leaving the job. And they all worked for the same company.
Yep.
The guy flies over, man. We go to our accountant's office. You know, we strip all the plaques, put our company name in there. The guy comes in, we introduce him to the whole team. You know, that's made up roles for like 30 different people. Showed him a warehouse, this fucking Star Trek's warehouse. Told him that was ours. We had to do it all to get it right. So in the end, he agreed. He got it. We sold it to Harvey Norman. We did okay, and then I moved to headphones. Headphones is booming. I was like, how the fuck am I going to get headphones in? Every man is dog trying to get headphones in. That's when Beats came out and everything else.
Yeah.
And I came up with concept. So I need to get an ambassador, right? I need to deliver something else to these retailers that no one else is doing. And I noticed that all these singers come off X Factor and whatever else. They all do like shopping center appearances after their tours.
Yeah.
Like, how could it be? I make a deal with Sony Music, give them a percentage of sales, and instead of doing the performances in shopping centers, they can do them like in store. So you're driving people to the store, right? Who the fuck can offer that?
Yeah.
So someone agrees to Sony Music. They're like, yeah, that's cool. We'll do it. We'll sign. Gave them X amount of royalty on all sales. And then, yeah, had a massive launch party, got into Dick Smith with that as an exclusive opportunity on the back of that marketing idea.
Wow.
Had a massive launch party, everyone sang for free. It was a good night. So then got into headphones like that. And then, yeah, at that time we imported another brand and we took that brand to Sony Music and whatever else. And then I just came to realize that these brands, they weren't doing anything special, man. Like, I was getting it like a product from China, putting a label on it and calling themselves a brand. I go, fuck, we can do this ourselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone's China again, started range, and I thought like Bluetooth headphones, like sports earphones, that's in. That was the next big thing. So I did a whole range called Sports Beats and Air Beats.
Yeah.
You know, Beats headphones got into Dickies and Rebel and wherever else, and like, man, like I was the first to that. Like, no one's doing sports headphones. This is like 8 years ago now, you know what I mean?
That's cool, man.
Like, I was doing so much that I didn't concentrate on enough, unfortunately. But then, you know, less than a year goes past, I get slapped with a legal letter from Beats to sue us because we had the word Beats in our name, even though, like, in terms of trademark law, they can't do anything because they can't trademark Beats in Australia themselves.
No.
But and again, it's like playing poker with some fucking juggernaut in the room, and you've got short stack, they've got big stack, and the way it works is, right, they've got a lawyer here that's representing them. Beats don't even know what they're getting billed in the US. This lawyer firm's just like, yeah, we'll just keep suing this guy, whatever, bill hours.
Yeah.
Bro, we tried to find it, whatever. We spent all the money we had, and then had to give up, especially when Apple bought them. I was like, fuck, now we're going to sue by Apple. It gets worse. So that fucked me. And then, so I had to rebrand, change all the names and stuff like that. Retail wasn't too thrilled, but we had good relationships and the product sold. And what I just did with all that relationships with retail is like, and once again, like looking at digital marketing now, everyone's talking about getting niche down, right? I just controlled all the variables that I had. I had no money. So what I could do, I can offer a really great margin to the retailer, but then I've got no marketing dollars, right? So all I've got is the real estate in store. And the only way for me to be real and connect with the buyer coming in the store and take advantage of that traffic is to be real specific to what they're looking for. So that's why I made individual brands for every individual category. So like sports beats, normal Bluetooth speakers, just Air Beats. I had, you know, power banks, or like one of the first. I had it called Juice Up, like Juice Up power banks. And every brand had its own identity, real specific to that niche down. And the packaging, I invested more money in packaging, so that's all I had. And that's how we did well for that business. And then started working with licenses like Angry Birds. We developed the first ever Angry Birds flying toy.
Yep.
And then I started doing fucking Easter eggs with Manchester United and Liverpool license. And then, oh fuck, man, I don't know what else, man. I forget now. But then, yeah, so that journey, some other products,
Epic.
and then through business partners and issues with us, I took an equity share and bought out this company now that I'm part of, Pro Sports Group, which then Pro Sports, which then we made a pitch. We're doing teamwear ourselves.
Yeah.
So when you grow as a business, right, as you know, there's three ways you can grow. You can more clients, you can increase average order value or frequency. So instead of growing our range like vertically, we decided to grow our range horizontally. What more can we offer soccer clubs and consumers?
Yep.
Teamwear, apparel, start designing our own. Notice that the license to Umbro, they're doing nothing with it. So it's a teamwear, they tried, they failed. Proposed to them a partnership, they said yes. So we started manufacturing Umbro, that one. Then recently we got the license for Under Armour as well in Australia.
Really?
So we got that now.
Nice.
Yeah. So Under Armour in all sports, so what a fucking headache. But anyway. And then what digital marketing is probably what you wanted to talk about was 3 years ago, I think maybe 3 years ago, Dick Smith went bust.
Mm-hmm.
So I put Dick Smith's account up to $4 million in revenue that year, and man, like good margin, you know what I mean? Like it was good business for us. And then overnight that went bust. I lost around 1.3 mil or something. And I was like, you know, fuck this. I can't rely on these big corporates anymore. They're pushing us for margin and like they're unstable and all online's going on. Next brand I bring out, I'm going to do digitally. That's it. Everything else, I'm still going to focus on digital as well. I don't care what they say. I'm going to try and, have control over the customers, especially the products I bring in. Because before it was all about not what the customer was, about what holes fit in their gap or their range.
Yeah.
So then I brought out a brand called Skywalkers, the hospitals, and that's what allowed because of brand products in the past before in-house, market products, manufacture them, whatever. Skywalkers we did just online the first 3 months, 2 mil
Nice.
alone.
Yep.
So that was an eye-opener. Like, fuck, I just got to get digital. Then people just kept saying, like, seeing what we're doing, and then they're like, "Oh, can you help us with this? Can you do it for us?" And they're like, "Fuck, we've got this team in place to do it for ourselves. I'll leverage that team to do it for other people if they're asking for it."
Yep.
Then our agency just grew like organically, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just through connections, never advertised, didn't have a fucking website. Still really don't. We have some websites not even relevant to what we do, but
Yep.
and that's where digital marketing kind of took over, and that's when I became obsessed about it. So
that's
from there. Yeah, sorry, one second. Sorry, buddy.
So that's your main focus.
And yeah, that's where the digital marketing thing came from. Yeah, like, bro, I just want to be complete digital like this.
Yeah.
Bro, e-commerce is still, like, my biggest problem at the moment is deciding which direction I want to go to, offering coaching, consulting, or high ticket in terms of high ticket sales or e-com. You know what I mean? I kind of have to choose a direction. I can't actually do both.
Yeah.
Because currently I do both. Do you know what I mean? Like, I do both. I even have coaching programs for e-com clients and also high ticket or service companies. And I do done for you service for both as well.
Right. So you're trying to work out where to focus
energy
on most, and rather than sort of splitting up your time against all these different areas. Yeah.
Yeah, so like the biggest thing is I probably have the most experience with e-com because I've been manufacturing products for a while. And in terms of e-com, like, I've been doing that probably longer, but bro, being realistic, e-com's fucking a lot harder than high ticket, right?
Yeah.
You see your margins, products, the cash flow aspect, like the ability for someone to be able to copy you and undercut you in terms of price, and like it's just a lot harder. But we've had massive success. Like, we took one client from $9,000 a week to 230 grand a week. They did last week in 4 months.
Yeah.
No, sorry, 6 months. In space. So we're good at it. But is it something we want to do? I want to do long term, or I don't know.
What would you say?
So that's where my struggle is at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. So what would you say? What would you say your biggest struggle is with promoting e-com at the moment in terms of? I know the landscape's changing a lot with Facebook and changes quite rapidly. But even like Google Ads, like different platforms. What are you finding the biggest challenge for you at the moment in that area? In terms of
look, I think at the moment it's the biggest challenge for us. And if I look at it from the hat of me personally, because we have our own brands and stuff like that, in the past we'd probably be able to test a lot of concepts a lot easier with Facebook traffic, right? But now, because Facebook is not, the cost to market has increased, for us to really, a concept or a product requires a lot more time and effort. For the agency side of things and sustainability, I think it's easier for us because we have that knowledge around not only Facebook ads, but really what we have like a hexacore conversion framework that we work towards, and in creating our websites and our sales team, right? So we have a lot of principles we've been put in place in our conversion rate around our website and our front-end solution and our back-end solution in terms of email automation and marketing and post-purchase sales and cross-selling and all that kind of shit, in tune. Probably could be better, but because we have that knowledge, I think that's what's allowing us to have that exponential growth with the clients. So we're able to help them, not at least consult that aspect for them. And that piece is just becoming, and I'm doing it at the moment, just so much more important.
Yeah.
Right? That whole, back solution and increasing the lifetime value of the customer, and, like that Dan Kennedy obviously always said that person who can afford to spend the most with our customer always win, and being able to increase the average order value and stuff like that. It's an element, I guess. You see other people are failing.
Yeah, for sure. So what I heard when you were telling your story is that in the beginning, it's not necessarily that it sounds like you just went straight into the first thing that you could, that fit for you. and then you went to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. But you kept trying stuff and you kept going. And I find that a lot of people have a shiny object syndrome, but it's not necessarily a bad thing because, as you said, you're getting experience all along the way. And it sounds like having all that experience, different product ranges, has given you that background to actually excel in e-com, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. And there's a couple of things I probably want to note on that. I mean, I think Jay Abrams talks about it, but also Steve Jobs spoke about it. It's like, connecting the dots. So that success I had with that brand Skywalkers in that 2-3 months that no one was able to achieve was because I had experience in doing multiple things, right? And when I really look back at that, why I was so successful, I had a lot of knowledge around things that allowed me to elevate my price, my product higher, the safety aspect, the speed to market. There's just so many moving elements that I had experience on that allowed me to get that result. So sometimes, man, you said, like, I still really don't know exactly what to do, but the important thing is I'm consistently trying to do things. It is really important, I think, that to have focus around things I'm working on personally, around what amount of time I'm spending on what projects and what I'm doing. I think that's really important. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing what everyone says. It's just, it depends what stage in your life you're in, depends what skills you have. But definitely someone as a young person, like, how the fuck do you know what you want to do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you have passion? I mean, you can't, you don't know. Exactly. And if you keep waiting for that passion to like erupt or come, it's not going to come, man. It's just, it's not going to come for a lot of people. If you do have that, then, man, you're lucky, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's an issue that a lot of young people are facing now, is because we're still running off this industrial age concept of, like, we're still in 2018 telling kids to get good grades and go to uni. There's nothing wrong with going to uni, but this idea that they're going to work their way up some sort of, do you know what I mean? It's a very legacy concept, and they're all worried about what's the right thing to do. And I think your point, and what's really positive about what you did, is just have a go, like, just do something, you know. Gary Vee talks about it all the time. It's like, just have a go. You're young. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Just do the thing.
That's right. The experience you learn trying to do stuff for yourself, you can't buy that. Like, man, my sister works for me. She's fantastic. Here and there you can have your issues, right? Because I try and instill a lot of things in her that I've had to learn. Like, I'll make her go through the hard shit, but inevitably I cannot teach her what I went through. It's impossible. I can do it. I can throw in certain scenarios to think that she's going to come out and have that same aspect of positivity. And you can't recreate those moments, right? They just happen.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Gary Vee obviously pushes that a lot, and that's his thing, and that's cool. But yeah, at the end of the day, you just got to try. Like me as well, I think you have to know when to quit a certain idea or concept as well.
Yeah.
So, and if I look back, if I persist on a couple of them, who knows how much money? For example, AirPods. You know, there's AirPods.
Yep.
I had paid for that technology in China 5.5 years ago.
Yep.
Someone else came out 6 months after I had the patent, had the same concept, whether he saw my patent or not, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He raised on Kickstarter, I think it was like $5 million. He said, all right, come sue me. I've got no money. I've got 4 other things I'm working on. Throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
I invented, I launched Kickstarter last year, which I did a deal with, you know, Tilab, the location services. If you use the keys, then you can locate it. It's like a tag.
Okay, yep.
So anyway, I designed a wallet which had a power bank to charge your phone and that location service in there. So you never lose your phone or your wallet, and you could charge your phone and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Doing so many things, I haven't got focus on it, and I didn't launch it properly as the way I should. And, you know, 6 months later, someone else came out with a slightly better version and raised millions. So it's important to know when to stop, how far you should go with a concept. But like you said, man, it's something that you just have to experience it and actually try and do, because I've been actually focusing a lot on memory at the moment. I've been learning how to memorize things better, right? And also how to learn better. And these things I don't teach in school.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. In terms of memory, right, there's an abbreviation called MUM. So it's motivation, observation, and mechanism. So certain mechanisms you can do, techniques to train yourself to memorize things better, right? And the number one key thing is motivation. People say often that, I'm not good at remembering someone's name. But then again, bro, if a fucking supermodel walks into the room, you're not forgetting her name. You know? If someone offers you $1 million to remember someone's name, you're going to remember his name.
Wow.
And so
That's interesting.
when you look at it, that's key. Motivation is the number one most important thing, right? And then anything about back in school, when you're at school, how fucking motivated are you to learn? You're not.
No.
Like, you don't do shit. So how can you be expected to learn something when really there's no motivation behind it?
Yeah.
And then the typical geeks, people call them geeks, they're motivated, right? They're looking forward to uni life. They're looking forward to doing the tests. Like, that's them. That's what they're interested in. So it's easier for them to learn. It's not that they're smarter. Motivated, right? So, and the next thing is observation. It's just really being observant, being in the moment kind of thing. You know what I mean? Actually observing what's happening, paying attention and stuff like that. And then mechanism is there's certain like tricks and ways to visualize things, to memorize stuff. And like, man, like you could tell me now 20 words, literally 20 words, make it 10. It's easier, but I'll memorize them back to front without any issue. And they can be the most random skew words in the world, just through the mechanism I've learned. Like, it's crazy. Even to-do lists, and there's something called the low-key method as well. And you have you picture like 10 different places in your house, and you have to memorize something.
Yep.
You memorize, I don't know if you've heard of it here. Remember, you think about like an object. If you have a shopping list, for example, I'm walking through my house, and the first thing I see in my house is a TV. I don't even milk. So number one, I picture myself getting milk pouring over the TV.
Yeah.
So incredibly think like this. And then that goes back to kids. When do you learn the most? Is when you're a kid, right? Imaginations are just spinning and running, and they think of the weirdest and craziest shit. That's why they learn the most as kids.
Yeah.
So focusing on that kind of stuff and bring back to the point of motivation. And that's the key, right? How are you supposed to learn in school, and how are you supposed to be able to be motivated to learn something if you're not really getting direct benefit from it at the time? And that's why through entrepreneurship, if you learn something, implement it, you see that direct benefits, you're more motivated to learn it. And that's why you learn at a lot faster rate, and you retain stuff better. And I think overall you do better in the business life, I guess, or entrepreneurial life rather than at school.
Definitely. And I honestly believe that everyone is born an entrepreneur to a degree. Everyone has that creative aspect, and it's kind of beaten out of us through the school system. You know, we're taught like, don't make mistakes. Like, mistakes are bad. It's a red mark against your name. And it's kind of like a fear that gets instilled in us. But really, that's all we do, as you said, when we're kids, is we just have fun. We do what we love. We make mistakes. And somewhere along the line, we forget that. So, yeah, that's interesting, man. So
do you believe that everyone can be an entrepreneur?
Yes and no. I believe that everyone has the capacity or a potential. I think some people are more, I don't want to say genetically disposed to it, but some people just have that like action-taking, courageous aspect to themselves. I do believe that a lot more people could be entrepreneurs than are. And I think that there are different levels. You know, like the guy who has his market stall selling fruit, he's an entrepreneur, right? Like, he may not do $1 million, but he's having a go. So to a degree, yes, I do. But I also believe that entrepreneurship is more than just, 6-7 figures, huge. Like, that's awesome stuff. I think it's more about believing in yourself and actually taking an idea and making it happen. So from that perspective, yeah, I do believe it.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it a bit different. I'm a quite like philosophical sort of guy. I think quite deeply about it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how many people can do it. It matters who go and who actually does it. You know what I mean? Who has the courage to go and do it. So yeah. So where you're at the moment, how big's your team? What do you got planned for this year?
So team across all companies, it'd be 40 to 50.
Yep.
Around that. And yeah, look, I've made a lot of changes in terms of, like, I have a 400 square meter office here in Sydney, which now I've pretty much subleased all of it.
Yep.
I work with most people in Sydney. A lot of people are offshore. And I've probably got 5 or 6 people here now in Sydney in the office. So for us, it's all about it. And that whole concept, you know what I mean? I just find it so fucking stupid the more I think about it. When you have a workplace and people have to come there, so you think about it now, especially in key roles, right? if I have a sales and marketing role for a sports company, now it's a football company, I want to hire someone that's sales and marketing that loves football, right? That's the DNA of our company. If they don't get that, historically, they're not going to stay around for this long. They're not going to do as good of a job and whatever else we have in terms of our profile that we look for. What chance of that am I supposed to find someone that's going to be within 20-kilometer radius of where I am now? Like, what are the fucking chances? And to pay, like, it's literally impossible. Do you know what I mean? Especially technology these days, it's just so stupid to even think that it will look like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's why it's not necessary technology these days to have someone in the office. Yeah, it's more convenient, but I think if you look at the upside, and especially the way you go about employing and training people overseas, whether it be Philippines or wherever else, that misconception of, they're in the Philippines, I can trust them, or they're not as smart as us, or I don't know. I've heard the stupidest things over time.
Yeah.
But then when I think of financially, and then not even financially, but even practicality, if they bring someone into their office, they'll spend, say, 50 hours training with them, one-on-one. They hire someone offshore, they'll send them a to-do list, and they don't do it, and they'll fucking complain. Where they're paying the person in Sydney, whatever, $30 an hour, plus super, plus whatever else, they're paying the person in the Philippines $4.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you look at the investment, like, I'd rather do the opposite. I'd rather spend 50 hours with a person in the Philippines, because that person's saving me $40,000 a year.
Exactly.
In turn, if I'm running at a 20% profit or 10% profit, for example, I would do 400 grand of sales to make up that 40 grand profit. Do you know what I mean? So that person is such a big investment.
Yeah.
In the time we want to do it. So yeah, I've obviously restructured everything, and for me, it's really about just leveraging where we are now and just focusing on digital. To be honest, and trying to help and educate people and get better. And loss for me is not how much money I can make now; it's just how much I can grow and then give. That's only the two real indicators I look at now: how much have I grown and how much have I given. So I think that if I just focus on those two elements of my life, I'd be happy. Yeah.
Definitely. And you've obviously gone through a lot of personal growth to get to where you are, because nobody gets to where you are without going through that and, shedding many egos along the way. And that's awesome, man. So have you got any advice? I know it sounds a bit corny, but any advice or something that you would say to somebody who's starting off, where you were before the many ventures, who really wants to make it big, but like all entrepreneurs have those doubts and those imposter syndrome and all that sort of thing. What would you say to them?
Yeah, so look, it depends on the person's situation. I'll give you an example. So if someone has a skill set, right, but they want to go on their own with that skill set and develop a business on their own, they want to work their way up to, say, a 6-figure income. If you're not getting 6 figures, if you're doing that skill set, you're probably not good enough at it. If you're not to that point, save and don't invest in a property. Save and invest in education, right? So if you can save 5 or 10 grand a year, invest that into yourself. Don't invest that into property like everyone else and think, if I'm saving for a deposit for a house, whatever else, because your goal should be increasing your skill set so you can earn more. That should be it, right? But that lower phase. So reinvesting into personal development, whether that be for mentor, courses, events, whatever else, to build that skill set to allow you to then start your business, I think as a starting point is the smartest thing. But unfortunately, people don't invest in their skill set or in themselves until they kind of get into business and they get into shit, right? So I'm going to start a business, I don't know what to do, or I'm going to try and get a seminar now or get advice now or get a mentor now. But there's nothing stopping you getting a mentor before you even start the business, and start the business on the side while you have a steady stream of income, and you know what I mean, things are wrong, money's still rolling in the bank, and do that after hours.
Yeah.
For me, that's the simplest way to do it. And I don't see anyone doing that, right? I see everyone taking the leap, not having a plan, and not getting advice. I think it's just a different direction. If they want to invest in themselves and save money, invest in themselves.
Yeah.
And there's got a formula where I use in terms of how much money I invest in personal stuff, investments, whatever else, depending on the income levels. And as the income grows, that amount increases for whichever ratios you have.
Yeah.
But up until, say, 200K, I'd be investing 70% into personal development.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's awesome. I think there's a lot of glorification of the whole like entrepreneur lifestyle and like you say, drop out and I'm an entrepreneur, like so is everyone else. What have you
Exactly.
actually done today?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And just I guess one more thing is, so a lot of entrepreneurs when they're starting out, you're saying reinvesting into themselves and keep on working so they've got that income. How would you suggest that they get themselves out there and start getting, like, a lot of the challenges for entrepreneurs that I know is they start with the low ticket stuff and they really want to be at the high ticket items. They want to be at that higher level, but they don't have, I guess, the results yet. Would you suggest they work for people for free or just putting out content? Like, what would you say is the best strategy for those people who they want to build a name, they want to build their business, but they're having trouble getting clients in the beginning?
Having trouble getting clients and they want to start the business, they've already started to scale, or
Yep. So they're just at the start and they want to start building up that social proof. They want to start building up the results so they can get word of mouth. They're literally at the beginning. Would you suggest, like, a lot of entrepreneurs undercharge for their services? It's a confidence thing.
huge thing.
You've been through it, I'm sure. So would you suggest that they do start cheap and low and get those results, or should they, like, what would you do, or what did you do in those situations?
Yeah, look, I think this all depends on where they are in terms of their comfort level and the service they're going to provide, right? But there's two things, and I think I remember Gary Vee actually said this once. Like, his agency is huge, right? Surely the quality they're going to produce is not great. Like, let's be honest. I mean, he can hire great people, whatever else, but I think smaller boutique agencies are going to do a better job than he would. But he says, like, he has to just know a bit more than the client, right? To add value, and that's true in a lot of the cases. So it all depends what the person's mindset is at the start. If you feel that you're not good enough, you need practice, you need more work, you can do the services for free, as you mentioned, get testimonials, get case studies in exchange for that free service, and build, I guess, that UGC, that user-generated content to use to promote later. I'm telling you now, the thing you mentioned in terms of content is the number one biggest thing you should be doing. It's just taking up their time to do. I know, look at Akbar, for example, the amount of money he's generated through not spending $1 on marketing, literally organic, just content, reaching out, helping people. It's astonishing. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I come from a world of paid traffic. This whole organic shit is beautiful. That's why I did that post. I'm like, fuck me, I'm just going to start organic, So I couldn't believe it, man. I fell off my chair. So, but like you said, I think so. Producing content and adding value and helping people along the way, with combining that and then doing some free services to get testimonials and stuff is definitely the best way to start. It all depends on the person's mindset. They have to be confident in delivering the service. But content, man.
And helping the right people, because in my own experience too, when I was starting off, there was a few got into the helping startups, which was a fun little trap. And so, finding the right people, helping the right people out, for sure, man. No, I love it. Cool, man. I just want to say thanks. Appreciate you taking the time to have this chat, man. I really enjoyed talking to you. And when I saw you and Akbar connected, and I had a look at some of your stuff, and then I thought, this guy is very genuine, nice person, and that's the sort of people who I want to interview. There's a lot of hype, in the marketing world. There's a lot of bullshit. And so I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you taking the time. And
man, it's cool. It's a cool thing you're doing, man. I look forward to seeing what else you do, because we need more people like you, I think, especially in Australia. We're so far behind, I think.
Definitely. And I feel like we have a lot of potential. We do have clever entrepreneurs here. It's just the culture is not quite. And I really want to build that culture in this country and, get people excited about entrepreneurship. I really think it's the future. So,
you know what the biggest problem is as well, just on that, and this is something that I constantly have battles with people. Property is killing entrepreneurship. Like, it is fucking killing it, because, bro, what motivation or what incentive is there for someone who's working, say, a decent paying job, who's able to save a bit of money, has a deposit, buys a fucking property, and then a year or two later he's made hundreds of thousands of dollars on the property? They're just going to continue that momentum, right? And that's when everyone's geared towards it. Go property, you shoot it there and buy property. So in this economic I'm in Australia, that just seems a logical thing. And like, I know people that made shitloads of money, and I look back, I would have made more if I invested in property. But
Yeah.
if there's a recession tomorrow, I'm going to be nothing, because in the day, like they say, I can lose the house that I've built, but then I've got the blueprint to build it again, right?
Right.
Which not many people would.
Yeah.
So I think that's the important thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. All right, bro. Thanks again. I appreciate your time, and we'll hopefully chat again sometime soon.
Yeah, look forward to it. See you, buddy.
Yeah.